Hey, what's happening, meat freaks? It's Jared from the Mother Porkers Barbecue team. We're finally coming back with another video. I apologize for the long delay. It's been now, I don't know, maybe over a year, maybe more, since we've actually posted a video. I apologize for that. But today it's just me. I'm in the backyard. I got a random day off of work. You can see some smoke rolling behind me. We're gonna fire up this Weber Kettle with some chicken wings. Nothing super special. Salt and pepper at first, and then once they start to defrost a little bit and have some smoke on them, I'm going to toss on some delicious seasonings, which I'll show you guys later. We're gonna have a beer or two and then talk about how the team's been doing. So, like I said, the kettle is actually going. We've got some pecan wood on there today. Let me go ahead and grab those chicken wings, and we'll get them on the grill and get them smoking. All right, there they are. There's some chicken wings and a beer. What is this? Mine Haze IPA from Firestone Walker. The pecan wood chunks, and as you can see, they're still pretty frozen. They've only been in the fridge a couple of hours. I actually like to put the wings on when they are completely frozen or not quite defrosted, because there's still more moisture on the top of the wing, and moisture and smoke like to stick to each other, so you get a little bit more time in the smoke before they're cooked and done. You don't have to do this, it's just how I like to do it. Let's go ahead and bring these on over. Let's see, our kettle's about 275, that's right over the fire. But we're pretty close on both sides. So this is the limited edition red kettle that Weber put out. I've had some pretty up and downs with the quality of it compared to my other kettles, but I do like to cook on it. The paint or the finish I should say, has not been quite as good as I would have liked. Had some cracking and some spots on there. Maybe I'll show you guys that at some point. But we kind of got the snake method, or just offset method, with the fire on one side. Put these wings kind of over on the other. There's not that many of them. These are not the absolute best quality of wings. These are what they call B cuts. So they're miscuts from the butcher. They taste the same, they just don't look quite as pretty. And the last one. All right. Make sure these are as far away as possible. And I've just got some SPG here that I made myself. It's actually James over at Aim and McLean Smokers. It's his proportions, which is well, 4 to 2 to 1 or 2 to 1 to half, however you want to measure it out. But it's for me, it's 4 parts salt, 2 part pepper, and 1 part granulated garlic. So that fire's kicking up, wood is caught. Let's close the lid and get these smoking. I'll grab that beer, and we'll talk about how the barbecue team's been doing. So first and foremost, I want to thank everybody who's come to check out what we're doing again. I really do appreciate it. Cheers to that. If you stop by to see how the wings are really going to be cooked, like I said, when I'm mostly frozen, got SPG on one side in about 10 minutes. I'm going to flip them over, SPG on the other side. And then probably a half hour in, I'm going to put on a little bit of 21 Seasoning Salute from Trader Joe's. Just kind of a cool all-purpose, herbaceous, I don't know, just a unique blend of flavors to it. But I really like it on wings as sort of a base layer along with SPG. And I like mine spicy, so towards the very end, I'm going to toss them in a little bit of butter once they're done smoking. Got, skins ready to get crisped. We'll put a little butter on them, and then we're going to use Famous Dave's, what is this? I forget what it's called. Devil Spit seasoning. Yeah. Super spicy, delicious. And then I like to put some sauce on mine. I'm not going to use traditional buffalo. This is my favorite barbecue sauce for home right now, Red Duck. So got these all from the grocery store. None of that sponsored or paid for, in case anybody's wondering. So let's see, the barbecue team. We're in our 3rd year now. We're about a third the way through the season so far. We've done, over the past couple years, a few backyard competitions, which is just chicken and ribs, and then we've done some unsanctioned where you cook all 4, and then we've done some St. Louis Barbecue Series, I guess regulated comps as well, where that's the main teams who compete here in and around St. Louis. So we've had some good luck, some bad luck. We're doing a whole lot better year 3 than we ever have before. So last year was our first bit of success. We took a couple first places in chicken, and we took a couple first places in ribs, and in backyard competitions. And then at our first unsanctioned event, which we competed against some of the big teams in St. Louis, we took our first place in ribs, where we did all 4 categories, but we took one in a proper category that wasn't just backyard. So super exciting on that one. This year we did backyard to start the season, and once again, always in top 10, 5 in chicken and ribs again. Pork has been our kind of hardest category. We usually do reasonable in brisket, but we finally got over the hump as a team, and in our last sanctioned competition, which was in Ironton, Missouri this year, we took 15th overall out of 40 against all the big players in the circuit, so we were super excited about that. We had a 7th in chicken, 12th in ribs, 14th in pork, and 26th in brisket. So it wasn't our best brisket cook, but we were still 200 points or over on that, so we weren't, below the 200 mark. It was just not a great cook on the brisket, and lots of different factors to that. One of our teammates was missing, but you can't make excuses. But overall, 15th out of 40 is by far our highest finish that we've ever had. So the team keeps plugging away. I think we have 2 more competitions or 3 more slated for this year. 1 more backyard, and then I think 2 more of the sanctioned competitions where we'll do all 4 categories. We also cook lots for our family and friends. We have Meat Fest coming up, which we do for one of our friends' and birthday, or actually one of our wives' birthdays, and we'll probably show some of that. We've got a lot of new smokers this year. Last winter was pretty incredible for the quality of the equipment that we've got. So we still like using our drums. We have no issues with them. As a matter of fact, there's one back there that I'm building for a friend of mine. So we still like cooking with them, but we lucked out on a lot of deals this year. One of the grocery stores by my house, the chain was bought up, and some of those stores closed down, and when they did, they marked down a lot of the stuff that was not going to be carried at the other stores in the barbecue section down. So I probably bought nearly $300 or $400 worth of sauces, spices, just different things that I would or wouldn't have normally bought, including like this red duck, which I ended up loving. And I got them for between about 50 cents and $1.50 a bottle. Some of that stuff was $6, $7, $8 a bottle. So that was really cool. That started it off. We ended up getting 3 18-inch Weber Smoky Mountains for $99 a piece at Home Depot, which was awesome. So a trick out there, if you guys have a Home Depot, once it starts to get past barbecue season, keep a lookout as it gets cold in the lawn and garden area outside, because they put a lot of the barbecue things that are on clearance outside, not inside. So we found that, and we found a huge fryer, like a butterball fryer for cooking a whole turkey. Really cool. And then one of our other great buys, we found a Oklahoma Joe offset, just the standard one, which I know Oklahoma Joe is not the best brand, but it's by far not the worst brand. And it was $59 for their standard offset Highland. So we bought it, put some nice tell-trues on it. We'll definitely do some cooks on there. There's some old videos of a Brinkman smoker that I built a reverse flow on it and all that stuff. And I love cooking that thing, and it's still in the family. My brother-in-law has it. But this one being a little bit newer, I cook on it so much that now that older offset smoker is going to get more life out of it, because he's not going to cook on it as often. And then I've got one where I don't have to worry about using the crap out of it, because it was only 59 bucks. So like I said, we just got deal after deal after deal this year, including not my favorite charcoal in the world, but the Embers charcoal from Home Depot. We ended up getting that for like $1.19 or $1.25 a bag. It's not the greatest charcoal, but it's definitely not the worst charcoal I've ever used. They're just standard briquettes. They take a little while to light, but once they get lit, they burn nice. We've used them in the smokers and in the pits, just our regular kettle pits, and they're not as good as Weber's. They don't burn quite as long. They burn a little bit hotter, and they're harder to get lit. But at, whatever it was, $1 or $1.25 a bag, you can't beat it. And I think I still have probably 16 or 17 bags of that left. So it's been a really cool, really neat off season for us, and we hope we'll have some time now that we've got kind of our recipes in order and our positions within the team, kind of figured out, that we'll actually be able to shoot some video at some of the competitions, because we won't be so worried about not making our turn-ins or spending too much time doing something that's, admittedly, while we enjoy doing it, not quite as important as actually competing as the team. So yeah, I can't complain. We've still got a lot of work to do, but for a young team that's only competed now with backyards, unsanctioned, and and regular comps probably 15 times. I think we've taken some immense steps forward. So we'll definitely do some cooks that show off our new food and some of our recipes, maybe not quite the spices, but how we cook them, where we cook them, because I learned to do a lot of the competition barbecue off of YouTube and the people that are providing all this information, and I don't know what I would do if I would still be doing it if I hadn't been able to find those great videos from these excellent cooks. So I'm gonna go ahead and toss those chicken wings over and put a little more SPG on them. When they start building a little bit of color and the smoke is about done, it'll probably take about an hour. We'll cover them in a little bit of butter. I think I've just got some Parquet spray butter, but I'll double check, and then we'll cover them up with some 21 seasoning Salute in a bit, and then that Famous Dave's Devil Spit seasoning, and sauce them up and give them a taste. So thanks everybody for coming back to the channel. We really do appreciate it. Cheers. All right, guys, these wings have been on for just under 2 hours now, and they've got a nice color on them. About 15 minutes after I put them on the grill, I went ahead and turned them over, and you guys saw I seasoned them with the SPG and then put on that 21 seasoning Salute. So now it's time to get a little Parquet butter and some of that Famous Dave seasoning on there. So let's take a look at those wings and go ahead and get the hot stuff on there. All right. It's running still about 275, as you can see. These things look beautiful. The rest of the pecan wood still finishing up, but man, what a nice color on there. Still, you see the little specks of the seasoning on there. And so we got ourselves a little bowl. Let's take that on over. This is my first time doing a video on the old iPhone, so hopefully it'll get better from here. And I did order a tripod, so that should get a little less shaky and such, so I apologize. I'm gonna take these guys, put them right in the bowl here. Usually the off-cut wings look a little worse. You can see they're not perfect, but this is actually a good bag of them. So my local butcher, if they mess up, they sell them to you cheap. Let's close this down for a second. Bring these on over. All right. Good. Yes, my table's dirty too. It's been nothing but rain here in the Midwest, especially here in St. Louis. We've not gotten outside much, and now all of a sudden it's just hot out, so that's fantastic. Got some Blue Bottle Parquet. I thought I had some spray stuff, but I don't, so come on. Come on. Oh, don't mind me. Add some richness, get some fat in there. Let's see, did I bring those gloves inside? I guess I did. All right, I'm gonna pause for a second. I'm gonna go grab some gloves real quick. All right, gloved up now. She's a little hot. She's a little hot, that's okay. Got to turn it in there. Nice and cooked. Oh yeah. Once again, sorry guys for the Blair Witch-ish production of this video. It's gonna get better from here. The old video camera died and I have my iPhone 10, but nothing to put it on. But those look gorgeous already. They're so close to being done. I'm gonna toss them back on the grill and let this kind of tack up a bit. There's a little more fat that needs to render out of a few of these. We'll crisp the skins up just a little more, and then we'll toss on that Chipotle barbecue sauce. All right, guys, we got our wings just about ready to go. They've now been on a total of about 2 hours and 40 minutes, something like that. I went ahead and heated up that Red Duck hot honey chipotle sauce, thinned it out with just a little bit of a brown ale. And then I had like a squirt left of Sweet Baby Ray's also makes wing sauces, and they had a little bit of their hot honey left, which is gonna actually make it kind of nice and glazy. It thinned it out a little bit. So I'm gonna dunk them in, set them back on the grill, and we'll probably dunk them twice because the sauce is a little bit thinner now and a nice kind of beautiful mahogany glaze on them. And then we're gonna eat them. So let's get over to the grill and make that happen. Look how good these look. I did let the grill free rise to about 400 degrees. Starting to get that crispy skin, dark color. Let's take a couple of these in here. Boom. Boom. Just gotta let those move around a little bit. Yeah. Take them off. Back on that grill. And these might only need one coating. Look at that. Beautiful. I'll take care of this, and as soon as they're ready, we'll do a taste test. All right, guys, wings are ready to go. Take a look at those. Beautiful. Put all the extra sauce on there. I like a nice saucy wing, so let's give these a try. Got a cold beer, Mine Haze IPA again from Firestone Walker. So we ran that smoker, or the Weber Kettle there, at about 275, smoked them with pecan wood, put them on mostly frozen, used a little bit of salt and pepper, SPG, sorry, and then once they were kind of thawed out on both sides, we put some of that 21 Rub Salute, or 21 Spice Salute, whatever it's called, from Trader Joe's, and then used that Devil Spit seasoning from Dave's, Famous Dave's, and then used the sauce that was Red Duck's hot honey chipotle, thinned out with some beer, and then a little bit of the hot honey wing sauce from Sweet Baby Ray's. So let's grab a drummy here. Look at that, just drippy, drippy, drippy. Dive on it. Absolutely phenomenal. A little smoky, lots of spice. I need a napkin. Oh, I'm gonna go to town on those. You guys have no idea. Well, those turned out good. Man, the smoke actually carries through once the sauce kind of disappears, once you've eaten it. That's so good. Oh. Well, awesome. I haven't cooked on camera for a while, and I'm glad you guys stopped by to say what's up, and remember the Mother Porkers barbecue team, and we'll be happy to try and do more videos for you guys here in the very near future. So until then, if you want to know about our meat, hey, just ask your mom. Cheers, everyone. See you around the bend.